The Department of Environment is implementing a disposal consultancy to dispose of all stockpiles of persistent organic pollutants, obsolete pesticides, and other chemicals. These pollutants were identified in a consultancy done last March, so a consultant is in country to help local bodies with the transboundary movement of hazardous waste, packaging, safe handling, and transportation of hazardous chemicals. Enforcement officers, importers, and end users are participating in today's session.
Now that this expertise is in country, and noting that we have limited experience in the handling of these hazardous substances, we took the opportunity to have the consultant do a training of enforcement officers, key frontline officers who deal with chemicals on a daily basis, to provide them this capacity building training, show them the proper use of equipment. So in the future, we would be able to conduct these activities in-house. These are the frontline people who we will make sure that, for one, we prevent the stockpile of these chemicals again. We are in the process of enacting new legislation that would assist us in that. Two, the frontline officers, they know of the activities, they know of the issues, they know of the environmental and health hazards, and then they themselves will implement from their department portfolio, from their legal obligations, to again assist the department in avoiding future stockpiles. If and when these stockpiles are identified in the future, we hope, or we know, that through this training, they would have the basic understanding of how to handle these, how to properly store these, so that we can then move forward to sound disposal of these.
Participants from Ministry of Health, Customs, Fire Department, Police, and other private sector entities learned about the use of safe gears and proper packaging.
Hazardous waste management, it's something that it will build upon the years. Polanco is here to bring the technology and the know-how how to handle this kind of materials, and because in the past we have been cooperated with many licensed disposal facilities in Europe, all this waste is going to be shipped to France for incineration under the UN regulations.
Now talk to us about perhaps some of the technology and some of the different materials, gears that you're showing them how to use it.
Yes, most of the training is about personal protective equipment, let's say coveralls, masks, boots, and of course packaging equipment, which we are talking about UN approved containers, which they are capable of holding hazardous waste.
When first identified, there were 12 persistent organic pollutants, primarily pesticides, some from the industrial sector, and 2 labeled as unintentionals, dioxins and furans, created from the burning of landfills. Today, the POPs are up to as many as 26 and include several other industrial substances. And if not properly disposed, these remain in the environment because they take a long time to break down, as well as impact the quality of human life.
To ensure that we have proper disposal of these, which in the region we do not have at this time, we go through a process where the substances are repackaged based on United Nations requirements and standards, and then through a notification process in compliance with the Basel Convention on Transboundary Movement, we do all the necessary documentations with the respective transit countries and final the countries of receipt for final disposal to make sure that these substances are destroyed in an environmentally sound manner. If you look at, we had the DDTs, these are for vector control in malaria. We had a stockpile in Belmopan Hospital, and we had these for quite a while. In 2010, they were repackaged, and now they're going for disposal. We had some polychlorinated biphenyls, again, one group of persistent organic pollutants. These again were repackaged, and we'll make sure that they are disposed of in an environmentally sound manner. Some of the environmental impacts, the obvious ones would be you would see barrenness in soils if they do touch soils and contaminate soils. But the unforeseen things are the things that concern us more. If you would use DDTs, studies have shown that these accumulate in the human bodies. There are studies that show that women, even today, even though DDTs, the use of it has been reduced significantly over the past years, you would still find that breast milk, in testing breast milk, women have levels of DDTs in them. So this is what makes it persistent and long-lasting. Other unforeseen things that you see is that these substances would travel and contaminate water resources. And these resources are the same resources that we as humans and wildlife and in general we depend on for living, like water, can be contaminated and we will consume those, having then a negative health impact on us.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.